It's in the hole. Those words echoed across the course as 15-year-old Charlie Woods watched his tee shot on the par 3 fourth hole disappear into the cup at the 2024 PNC Championship. What made this moment even more special? His father, the legendary Tiger Woods, was standing right beside him, witnessing his son's first competitive hole-in-one. That single shot changed everything for Charlie, like a spark igniting a wildfire. His name instantly trended worldwide, and his ranking soared. But with this spotlight came immense pressure. The question now isn't if Charlie can hit amazing shots, it's whether he can handle becoming the next Woods while navigating the shadow of his father's legacy. The silence at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club in Orlando was deafening. December the 2024, and the PNC Championship had drawn its usual crowd of golf enthusiasts eager to witness the father-son tournament that had become an annual tradition for the Woods family. But this moment was about to be different. Charlie Woods, all of 15 years old, approached the tee box on the par 3 fourth hole. Tiger stood a few paces back, arms crossed, eyes narrowed with that familiar competitive focus. Sam, Charlie's sister, watched from the gallery, her expression a mixture of supportive sibling and nervous fan. The hole played 169 yards that day. For a professional, a straightforward mid-iron shot. For most 15-year-olds, it would demand a long iron or even a hybrid. Charlie, a subtle nod of approval. This kid is generating the kind of power that made Tiger so revolutionary. A deep bunker guarded the front of the green, collecting shots like a toll booth. Earlier groups had learned the hard way that coming up short meant paying a penalty. Charlie took his practice swings, each one reflecting the man standing behind him. The patented Woods waggle, the slight hover at the top, the intense focus, hereditary traits that transcended golf instruction. Like drawing back a bowstring to its full tension, Charlie settled in from a great one. The ball launched into the Florida sky, carrying a trajectory that had Tiger immediately reaching for his sunglasses to follow its flight. Magnetic pull. As it approached the flagstick, the gallery's murmurs grew louder. When the ball disappeared into the cup, the sound that erupted was unlike anything the tournament had experienced before. Tiger Woods transformed from stoic mentor to ecstatic father in an instant, grabbing Charlie in a bear hug that lifted the teenager off his feet. "You did it! You did it!" Tiger shouted, his face buried in his son's shoulder, raw emotion breaking through his usually controlled demeanor. Charlie, initially stunned, broke into a smile that lit up the entire course. As Tiger set him down, father and son exchanged a high five that evolved into an elaborate handshake, a private ritual they'd perfected over years of practice rounds and backyard putting contests. Sam rushed from the gallery to join the celebration, tears streaming down her face as she embraced her brother. The Woods family moment felt intensely private despite playing out in front of thousands of spectators and cameras. This was Charlie's first hole-in-one in competition, a milestone achievement happening at the very tournament where most of the world had first taken notice of him years earlier. Talk about coming full circle, one announcer remarked, from being known as Tiger's mini-me to creating his own defining moment on the same stage. Within minutes, video of the shot began circulating online. By that evening, it had been viewed millions of times. By the end of the weekend, the count had exceeded 50 million views across various platforms. Comments filled with comparisons to Tiger's iconic moments and predictions about Charlie's future. The shot fundamentally shifted the narrative around Charlie Woods. Before that moment, he had primarily been viewed through the lens of his father's accomplishments. Tiger's son was the prefix attached to virtually every mention of his name. But as that ball disappeared into the cup, something changed in the public perception. Golf Channel quickly assembled analysts to discuss the technical aspects of the shot, breaking down Charlie's swing mechanics. ESPN ran the highlight on continuous loop, pairing it with archival footage of Tiger's most memorable shots. Social media exploded with side-by-side comparisons. By Monday morning, Charlie had gained over 500,000 new followers across his social media accounts. Equipment sponsors began reaching out to Tiger's management team. Tournament directors started discussing potential sponsor exemptions. Those 500,000 new followers weren't just witnessing a lucky shot, they were witnessing the results of a physical transformation 5 years in the making. Remember that skinny kid with the cute Tiger mannerisms from the 2020 PNC Championship? That version of Charlie Woods no longer exists. The transformation has been remarkable. When Charlie first stepped onto the national stage as an 11-year-old, golf fans couldn't help but smile at the mini Tiger walking alongside his father. The swing similarities were uncanny. The finish position, the club twirl, even the way he walked after a good shot. But those similarities were mostly imitation, the natural tendency of a son to mirror his famous father. Fast forward to 2025, and what we're seeing is evolution. Charlie now stands nearly eye to eye with his 6 feet 1 inch father, his adolescent frame filling out with athletic muscle that separates weekend warriors from tour professionals. Like a sapling growing into a sturdy oak, the transformation happened gradually, yet appears dramatic to those who only tune in for occasional tournament appearances. This physical maturation directly impacts Charlie's golf capabilities in ways that have experts taking notice. His swing speed tells the real story. At 11, Charlie produced respectable distance for his age group. Now at 16, he's generating a ball speed of 176 miles per hour, a number that matches established PGA Tour professionals. A 16-year-old with power that can hang with the world's best, and it's controlled power producing results. This physical transformation stems from dedicated work, not merely genetic inheritance. Charlie has committed to a specialized training regimen focused on golf performance. Unlike many junior players who might focus exclusively on swing mechanics, his program builds functional strength, flexibility, and explosive power, the 3 pillars of modern power golf. Tiger has guided this development thoughtfully. The elder Woods famously transformed his own body multiple times throughout his career, from lean college kid to bulked up powerhouse, then adapting after injuries. Tiger's approach with Charlie applies those hard-earned lessons while avoiding the military-style intensity Earl Woods used in Tiger's development. "I want Charlie to love the process," Tiger explained in a rare comment about his son's training. "The physical development is important, but it has to come from his own desire to improve. I'm there to guide, not to push." That guidance yields visible results. Side-by-side videos from 2020 and 2025 reveal specific technical refinements. A more stable lower body throughout his downswing, where once there was excessive lateral movement, improved sequencing that initiates from the ground up rather than the previously arm-dominated motion, and a release pattern generating both power and consistency. At address, his posture has matured from slightly hunched to athletically balanced. Perhaps most telling is the confidence radiating through his movement, a young man comfortable in his athletic skin. These improvements translate directly to tournament performance. Charlie's game now features controlled power reminiscent of Tiger's prime years. His ball striking at the Florida Junior Championship demonstrated this evolution, with approach shots holding firm on lightning-fast greens where his competitors' shots bounded over. At 176 miles per hour ball speed, Charlie has entered rarefied air for his age. The PGA Tour average hovers around 170 to 175 miles per hour. This puts him in conversation with established professionals, attracting equipment manufacturers' attention for potential relationships. In 5 years, Charlie has progressed from a charming sideshow to a legitimate talent-earning attention based on skill rather than surname. When PGA Tour winner Max Homa was asked about Charlie's development after a practice round they shared, his response spoke volumes. "That's not Tiger's kid anymore. That's Charlie Woods, and he can really play." This development has changed how the golf world views his future. The question has shifted from will he be good to how good will he become, and when will we see him competing at the highest levels? Golf has seen second-generation players follow parental footsteps, but none carried the expectation of being Tiger Woods' son. What makes Charlie's development so compelling is watching the emergence of a player forging his own significant path in the game. Golf's second-generation players often struggle under their famous parents' shadows, but Charlie Woods has a secret weapon others didn't: direct access to the strategic mind that revolutionized how golf is played. Those whispered conversations between shots that cameras can't quite pick up. That's where the real magic happens. A 15-time major champion transferring decades of mental weaponry to his son in real time. When Tiger steps behind Charlie before a crucial shot, something fascinating happens. The intimidating figure golf fans know transforms completely. Golf commentator Brad Faxon witnessed this metamorphosis during a practice round at Medalist Golf Club. "What struck me was how Tiger delivered technical advice to Charlie," Faxon explained. "He asked questions that forced Charlie to think through the shot himself, guiding him to discover solutions rather than dictating them. Now, this approach differs dramatically from what Tiger experienced with his own father. Earl Woods, a former Green Beret, famously used military-style training techniques including psychological warfare, jingling coins during Tiger's backswing, and hurling insults to build mental toughness. Tiger instead creates a nurturing space for Charlie's golf intellect to blossom, asking, "What's the wind doing?" and "Where's the safe miss here?" rather than commanding, "Hit it there" or "Use this club." This Socratic coaching method helps Charlie develop independent thinking. During the 2023 PNC Championship, NBC microphones caught Tiger asking, "What are you thinking here?" as Charlie faced a delicate shot over water to a tucked pin on the 14th hole. After Charlie explained his thought process, Tiger simply nodded and encouraged, "Trust your read." Charlie stuck the shot to 8 feet, a moment of earned confidence that Tiger deliberately cultivated by stepping back rather than stepping in. The father-son duo has developed a unique shorthand that observers find fascinating. PGA Tour player Justin Thomas revealed, "They have these code words and signals that nobody else understands." Tiger will say something like, "Remember Torrey 12," and Charlie immediately adjusts his setup. This private language serves as a championship-level strategic advantage being passed down through generations. On the driving range, Tiger's coaching takes a more technical turn, but still with crucial differences from Earl's approach. Golf instructor Claude Harmon III observed, "Tiger gives Charlie technical feedback tailored to Charlie's visual learning style, demonstrating positions rather than over-explaining. Earl would drill Tiger repeatedly until perfection, but Tiger lets Charlie explore feeling the correct positions himself." Perhaps most telling is how Tiger handles Charlie's frustration. During a difficult round at the Junior National Championship, cameras caught Charlie slamming his club after a poor drive. Rather than demanding stoicism as Earl might have, Tiger quietly pulled him aside between holes. Caddy Joe LaCava overheard Tiger's gentle wisdom. "I know exactly how you feel right now. I've been there. But show me how you respond to the next shot. That's what defines your character." This compassionate approach represents Tiger's conscious decision to break the cycle of intensity that Earl sometimes took too far. Golf psychologist Dr. Gio Valiante observes that Tiger is teaching Charlie something far more valuable than technique. Tiger is transferring his process-oriented mindset. Most junior golfers think about results, but Tiger is teaching Charlie to focus on controlling what's controllable: his preparation, decision-making, and response to adversity. That's advanced mental work most professionals don't master until their 30s. The results show in Charlie's tactical play. Tournament director Jeff Sanders recalled watching Charlie at a Florida junior event. "This kid played the most tactically sound round I've seen from a junior. Charlie was hitting away from pins when appropriate, managing his misses, and playing to his strengths. He's developing course management skills that took most pros years to learn." This transfer of knowledge extends to Tiger's legendary competitiveness, but in a healthier package. During the 2024 PGA Junior Championship, Tiger advised the trailing Charlie, "Remember, build momentum. Make them feel your presence on the back nine." Charlie responded with a patient front nine before making 3 birdies on the closing stretch to claim second place. A comeback strategy straight from Tiger's playbook. Those comeback heroics at the PGA Junior Championship created a dangerous illusion that Charlie Woods was immune to the struggles that plague every developing golfer. Then came a brutal February weekend in 2025 when the cameras caught every grimace, every frustrated club slam, and every score that drifted further above par, leaving a 16-year-old to face what might be golf's cruelest challenge, failing publicly while carrying his father's name. The Dustin Johnson World Junior Championship at TPC Myrtle Beach was supposed to be another stepping stone in Charlie's ascension. Fresh off the viral success of his hole-in-one, Charlie arrived in South Carolina with unprecedented attention. Golf Channel expanded their coverage specifically for his rounds. Equipment companies sent representatives, and the tournament's social media accounts gained 200,000 new followers after announcing his participation. Then came that opening round 82. For a typical junior golfer, shooting 10 over par would be disappointing but not newsworthy. For Charlie Woods, it triggered an avalanche of reactions. Sports talk shows pros dissected his swing by dinner time. Compilation videos of his mishits accumulated millions of views by bedtime. Cameras captured a particularly brutal moment when Charlie slammed his driver into the turf after a wild tee shot on the 14th hole, followed by what appeared to be inappropriate words no teenager should use. "The kid looks completely lost out there," tweeted former PGA Tour player Brandel Chambly. "This is what happens when hype outpaces development." The comment received over 50,000 likes within hours. Tiger maintained an unusual distance during the round, watching from well behind the gallery ropes rather than his typical position near the greens. This strategic absence gave Charlie space to navigate his struggles without the added pressure of his father's immediate reaction. The South Carolina weather compounded Charlie's challenges. Temperatures in the low 40s with steady winds made the course play even tougher. He finished near the bottom of the field, 37 places behind players who had never been featured on ESPN. In the locker room afterward, microphones picked up Tiger quietly telling his son, "Everyone watching only sees the result. They have no idea about the process." Charlie nodded, his expression a mixture of frustration and resignation. The aftermath divided the golf world. Golf Digest ran an editorial titled, "Let the Kid Be a Kid," arguing against the intense scrutiny of a developing teenager. Meanwhile, a college coach questioned whether Charlie would have received a tournament invitation without his famous surname. A viral post compared scorecards of 16-year-old Tiger versus 16-year-old Charlie, showing the elder Woods outperforming his son by 14 strokes, despite Tiger's repeated requests not to draw such parallels. No 16-year-old should have to process the kind of feedback Charlie faced after Myrtle Beach, noted sports psychologist Dr. Pia Nilsson. Professional athletes develop mental calluses over years. Charlie's being asked to have them immediately. What few noticed amid the frenzy was Charlie's response to failure. Though no longer competing, he stayed to watch the leaders finish. He spoke with coaches and took notes while observing how others navigated the same course that had frustrated him. This wasn't a teenager sulking, it was a student of the game processing valuable lessons. 2 weeks later at the Florida Junior Golf Tour event, Charlie appeared transformed. His accessories were gone, his pre-shot routine more deliberate. He bounced back from a disappointing opening round to finish tied for fourth. Tournament director Carlos Rodriguez observed, "What impressed me was watching him spend an hour after each round working specifically on the shots that had cost him strokes. That's maturity most players don't develop until college." The Dustin Johnson event had triggered a crucial recalibration of expectations. In a rare social media post afterward, Charlie wrote simply, "Golf isn't supposed to be easy. The hard days make the good ones matter." Tiger's own career had been built on resilience after failure. From missing cuts at his first professional tournaments to returning from personal and physical setbacks, Tiger's legacy included lessons about recovering from adversity as much as dominance. These were the experiences he could now share with Charlie. How to process falling short of expectations. While Tiger's lessons on resilience were shaping Charlie's mentality, the numbers behind his 2024 season were quietly telling a different story. Beyond the viral moments and armchair analysis lies a statistical reality that paints a more nuanced picture of the teenager's development, one that challenges both his harshest critics and most enthusiastic supporters. When you strip away the Woods name and look purely at performance data, Charlie's consistency becomes immediately apparent. Those 7 top 10 finishes demonstrate a player who maintains a high level of play across different courses and conditions. In junior golf, where emotional and physical development varies wildly, this kind of steadiness stands out. Most junior players Charlie's age struggle with wild swings in performance, shooting 68 one day and 82 the next. Charlie's tournament-to-tournament reliability puts him in rare company. The scoring average improvement from 74.3 to 72.1 represents significant progress. Golf statisticians recognize this 2-stroke reduction as meaningful technical improvement rather than lucky putts. For perspective, a 2-stroke improvement at the PGA Tour level would transform a player ranked 125th into a major championship contender. The difference between keeping your tour card and competing for titles. Breaking down where these scoring improvements originated reveals Charlie's developing strengths. His approach play statistics show 13.2 greens in regulation per round, ranking in the top 20% of NCAA Division I golfers. His proximity to the hole from 150 to 175 yards, averaging 22 feet, demonstrates precision with mid-irons well beyond his years. Combined with his driving distance, now averaging 296 yards, we see the foundation of a complete ball striker taking shape. The numbers also expose clear vulnerabilities. Charlie's putting metrics, averaging 31.4 putts per round, nearly 2 strokes higher than elite junior competitors, reveal a player still finding his touch on the greens. His conversion rate from inside 10 feet drops dramatically under pressure, 62% in final rounds compared to 79% in opening rounds. This single statistic explains much of the tournament heartbreak Charlie experienced in 2024 and highlights the psychological hurdles he's yet to overcome. This pressure manifests in his scoring differential between first and final rounds, a 1.8 stroke increase, suggesting the mental burden of expectations weighs heavily. The gap is notably wider for Charlie than typical juniors, reflecting the intensified scrutiny he faces. Every final round becomes a psychological gauntlet few teenagers could navigate successfully. A fascinating pattern emerges when analyzing Charlie's performance with different caddies. With Tiger on the bag, Charlie's greens in regulation improve by 12%, and his putting average drops by 1.3 strokes per round. This tangible scoring improvement reflects how his father's presence translates directly to better results on the scorecard. Charlie's pre-qualifying rounds for PGA Tour events might seem disappointing superficially, 76-75 at Valspar, 77-74 at Honda Classic, but against the field's scoring average, he played to a plus 2.1 handicap equivalent. Remarkable considering the pressure and significantly tougher course setups compared to junior competitions. Comparing Charlie's trajectory to other successful young players offers perspective. At the same age, Jordan Spieth posted a 72.8 scoring average in junior events, nearly a full stroke higher than Charlie's current average. Justin Thomas, while collecting more wins, struggled similarly with final round scoring and putting consistency at 16. Both developed into major champions despite these early challenges. Perhaps most telling is Charlie's performance against older competition. At the Jones Cup Junior Invitational, he finished 5th against predominantly college-bound seniors. His strokes gained metrics plus 3.2 tee to green place him alongside collegiate players who later found success on professional tours. The statistical profile emerging from Charlie's 2024 season reveals a player with professional caliber ball striking skills and college-level consistency, yet still developing the question isn't whether Charlie has the talent to succeed, but rather how quickly he'll develop these final pieces, and where that complete game might ultimately take him. Beyond tournament records and statistical analysis, there's another critical measure of Charlie Woods' potential. What happens when legends of the game watch him play? Friend provides unique insight having witnessed Charlie's entire development journey. What separates Charlie is his thinking through a golf course. The questions he asks about strategy and the shots he chooses tell me he understands this game on a level that most college players don't even grasp yet, Thomas said after partnering with him in a Florida Pro-Am. When asked directly about Charlie's ceiling as a player, Thomas was decisive. He's legitimately special, not because of who his dad is, but because of the intangibles you can't teach. I see him working through problems on the course that took me until my mid-20s to figure out. John Rahm's assessment carries particular weight given his own prodigious rise through amateur golf. At the 2023 Genesis Invitational, Rahm stunned reporters with his candid comparison. Rahm paused, clearly searching for the right words. Let's just say some of us had to learn things that seemed to come naturally to him. When pressed about Charlie's professional prospects, Rahm was careful but revealing. I'm not going to put that kind of expectation on him, but let me say this. There are things in his game right now that some guys on tour still haven't figured out. The legends of previous generations have also taken notice. Lee Trevino, with 7 decades of experience in the game, round. What caught my eye about the boy is his tempo and rhythm, something you simply cannot teach. Some folks spend their whole career trying to find that naturalness in their swing. He's got it at 15. The 6-time major champion observed. Trevino drew a particularly meaningful comparison. He reminds me of watching young Jack Nicklaus, not in his swing, mind you, but in how he carries himself between shots. That quietness, that focus on the next shot rather than the last one. These assessments reveal a common thread. Charlie possesses qualities typically found in seasoned professionals, not junior golfers. However, not every evaluation has been unreservedly positive. Butch Harmon, Tiger's former coach, offered a more measured perspective. The fundamentals are obviously there. His setup, his grip, his alignment, these things are picture perfect. But I worry about all this attention. I've seen too many promising juniors crushed under similar expectations. Harmon's caution reflects broader concerns about the extraordinary spotlight on Charlie's development. "If I could tell Tiger one thing," Harmon added, "it would be to shield this boy from the expectations as much as possible. Let him develop at his own pace." What's most telling is how professionals frame their discussions about Charlie. Rory McIlroy, after playing 9 practice holes with him, spoke about Charlie's professional-level shot selection and how his approach to course management reminds me of veterans who've been on tour for decades. This language shift from great college prospect to discussions about professional attributes highlights how the game's elite view Charlie's trajectory. They measure him against standards normally reserved for touring professionals. Nick Faldo, winner of 6 majors, encapsulated this sentiment most powerfully after watching Charlie compete. "What I see is someone who's already thinking about how to win golf tournaments, not just how to hit good shots. That's the difference maker at our level." Tournament directors across the country are checking Charlie's schedule and reaching for their phones. The whispers among PGA Tour event organizers have grown louder. Charlie Woods has evolved from curiosity to legitimate consideration for sponsor exemptions typically reserved for accomplished amateurs or rising collegiate stars. What makes 2025 such a pivotal year is that Charlie stands at the threshold where exceptional junior golfers sometimes receive their first taste of professional competition. Tournament director James Wilson of the Valspar Championship acknowledges the balancing act. "We're always looking for special talent that connects with fans. With Charlie, you have both the performance trajectory and, frankly, a television ratings boost that's hard to ignore. But the timing has to be right for his development." Charlie now walks a tightrope strung between opportunity and expectation. Each tournament invitation represents both a stepping stone and a potential spotlight that could blind rather than illuminate his path forward. This territory has precedent. Jordan Spieth received his first sponsor exemption at the HP Byron Nelson Championship at 16, where he made the cut and briefly contended on the weekend. Justin Thomas played the Wyndham Championship at 16 as well. The difference? Neither faced the spotlight intensity that follows Charlie's every move. Tiger's approach reveals the careful calculus of a father who understands the pressures of early exposure. According to those within the Woods camp, Tiger has established clear performance benchmarks Charlie must reach before accepting any tour exemptions. Tiger believes Charlie should earn everything through his play, says longtime Woods family friend Nota Begay III. The last thing he wants is for Charlie to feel he's only there because of his last name. Charlie's AJJ ranking improvement from 838 to 603rd has caught the attention of college coaches. Several new tournament invitations arrived, including the prestigious AJGA Invitational at Sage Valley, a gathering of the world's top 54 junior players that serves as a key scouting event for college programs. Kevin Armstrong, head coach at Stanford University, Tiger's alma mater, speaks candidly about their interest. Any program in the country would be thrilled to have Charlie. Beyond his obvious skills, he's developing a competitive maturity that you rarely see at his age. The way he manages himself around a golf course, that's something you can't teach. The college path provides competitive experience while offering time for physical and emotional development away from professional spotlight. For Charlie, this decision carries additional weight. Following his father's collegiate footsteps would create a compelling narrative, but might also delay unique opportunities available now. Meanwhile, Charlie continues developing team skills at the Benjamin School, where he's emerged as a leader for his high school team. Coach Ridge Bethea notes a surprising side of Charlie. When he's representing his school, there's this entirely different energy. He's constantly encouraging teammates, helping them with their games. I've seen him stay an hour after practice to work with our freshmen on their putting. This team environment gives Charlie something individual tournaments can't: the chance to develop leadership qualities and perspective beyond personal performance. Tiger believes strongly in the value of team golf, explains Rob McNamara, Tiger's close friend and vice president of TGR Ventures. It's why he cherishes his Ryder Cup experiences. He wants Charlie to understand what it means to play for something bigger than yourself. As tournament invitations accumulate, the Honda Classic, played near the Woods Jupiter home, the question remains whether accelerating Charlie's development serves his long-term interests. Dr. Michael Gervais, a high-performance psychologist, raises important considerations. The key factors are technical readiness, emotional maturity, and having a support system that can manage both success and failure. The Woods family seems exceptionally well equipped for this journey. As the roars from that unforgettable ace at the PNC Championship fade into history, what remains is something more profound than a highlight reel moment. That perfect shot marked the true beginning of Charlie Woods becoming Charlie Woods, a competitor forging his own legacy. Every missed putt, tournament disappointment, and media overreaction has built something inside this young man that can't be inherited: resilience. Life's scorecard records not genetic advantages, but how you respond when pressure mounts. What we're witnessing transcends golf. Charlie's journey from shadow to spotlight represents that rarest of second acts, one that might outshine even the legendary original. What are your thoughts on Charlie Woods? Let us know in the comments. If you love golf content, take a swing at that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.